It was a beautiful morning on the island of Sodor. Henry the Greed Engine was getting ready to pull the big express train. Just then, Thomas the Tank Engine puffed in with Annie and Clarabelle. He was waiting at Knapford Station to take over Henry's express train. You'll want to watch out on the hill, Thomas. It's very slippery. Last night there was a lot of rain and leaves. Just warning you. What? Me? Slip? Psh, what a joke. Do not say I didn't warn you. And he puffed away back to the shed. Thomas then left to shunt Annie and Clarabelle to the front of the train, and he buffered up to the back. Stupid Henry thinks he knows everything. I'll show him. However, when Thomas began to approach the hill, he began to think that Henry may have been right about the slippery rails. Oh dear, Henry was right. The rails are slippery. Steady, Thomas. We can do it, said the driver. Come on, he puffed. But it didn't matter how hard he tried, for he couldn't get enough traction. His wheels just spun and span. At last, the driver and fireman gave up. They put the brakes hard on, and Thomas wasn't going anywhere. Oh dear, said Thomas, I am a silly engine. If only I'd listened. Never mind, said his driver. We'll just go back and ask for a banker. But that'll take too long, said Thomas. I promised the Fat Controller that I'd bring the passengers to the station on time. There's no alternative, said the driver. Your sandboxes are empty, and you can't manage the train by yourself. We'll have to go back. But to their surprise, Duck the Great Western Engine was puffing along the main line as well, for he too was going to the station. Oh dear, what's going on here? Why have you stopped in the middle of the main line, Thomas? Thomas's driver and fireman soon came out to explain the situation. What? Push them and pull my train, said Duck's driver. You have to be kidding me, said Duck's fireman. The odds may be against us, said Duck, but we must help our friend. I'm in. If you say so, said Duck's driver. So Duck buffered up from behind, and together the two engines pushed and pulled the heavy passenger train up the hill. Pull hard, we'll do it. Push hard, we'll do it, they said together. The driver and fireman of both Thomas and Duck were very surprised to see how determined the two engines were to push the heavy train up the hill. And before he realized it, Thomas the Tank Engine found himself on the top of the hill. I've done it! I've done it! I've done it! He said proudly. You mean we've done it, said Duck. But Thomas didn't hear. He was too busy speeding along the line. He was trying to make up for lost time. Thomas the Tank Engine did arrive at this station eventually, but he was very late indeed. The Fat Controller was waiting for him. He was not happy. Thomas the Tank Engine, you are 1 hour late. What do you have to say for yourself? It's not my fault, sir. Nobody warned me about the big hill.